today is a practice of all of your level 3 and level 4 questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick just one of each, maybe one that looks a little bit more complicated than the other ones. For example, numbers 11 and 12 look very complicated and very difficult. Also, you do have some problems at the beginning that may not look very complicated, but you may have forgotten how to do them because you're used to the more complicated problems. So we'll pick one from the top. We'll start with 4, and we'll just work our way down, doing one problem of each type, and then we'll let you practice on your own. So I'll start with number 4. Problem number 4 does not have any parentheses. So when you're looking at the list of things that we said that we were going to do, the first thing we said is we need to simplify where we look for distributive property first, then we combine like terms, then we undo addition, subtraction, then we undo multiplication. Basically, you're not going to see any of that undo division on this assignment, so I'm going to put it. So that's kind of our order of things. First, you look for the distributive property, combine like terms. There's no distributive property in this problem, so that just means we skip over that step and we go right away to combining like terms. So when I draw my line, I'm going to combine my 5a, here's what's important, with my minus 3a. Okay, so 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, now I'm going to undo that plus 3 with minus 3. So 2a. And then this is minus 10. Then I'll divide by 2. And the one thing you're going to notice on this page is that you're going to rush and you're going to drop a negative somewhere. So a equals, and then this will be negative 5. So like forgetting that negative right there. Now the unfortunate thing is that you're going to go into the answer blank and you're just going to change from positive to negative, which is all fine when the answers turn green for you. But on the actual assessment, when they don't turn green for you, you have to be a little bit more careful. Okay, let's go over to problem number 7. Let's just slide right down to number 7. Okay, so again, if we're looking at our steps, do you have a distributive property that you need to deal with? Yes, because I have parentheses. So we're going to deal with that part first by doing 4 times 7 minus 4 times n. So this problem looked a little weird because the n wasn't in the front, but I still did it the same way. So it didn't matter that the n was not in the beginning of the parentheses. It was in the end of the parentheses, which really at the end of the day doesn't matter. Okay, now I do need to get rid of this 28 though, so I need to undo addition and subtraction. So because this says minus, does that mean I add 28? No. This is a positive 28, so to get rid of it, I actually need to subtract 28. So now those 28s are gone. And here's where, again, if you're rushing, you might easily drop or forget to write down. There is still a negative sign in front of that for n. And now I'll do 36 minus 28, which is 8. I'll divide both sides by -4. And you get n to equal -2. Okay, let's move on to one of the more difficult problems. Let's do number 11. We could do number 10. We could go straight down and do number 10, but number 10 is not near as difficult as 11 and 12, so I want to make sure you get one of those. Okay, so number 11, do you see the distributive property? So again, we've got our little list here of things we do and what order we do them in. So distributive property, yes. Now, this is kind of a confusing problem because when you multiply, you are multiplying a -3 times both numbers. So I'm going to start from left to right, start with my 27, write that down, and then move across. So I've got 27 equals, bring down my 3c, I'm not doing anything with that. Now I'll multiply. -3 times 6 is -18. And then -3 times -2. Negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 3 is 6. Don't forget that there's a c. Okay, now I'm going to combine my like terms. So I've got a 3c here and a plus 6c. I know that that says minus, but that minus goes with the 18. It does not go with the 3 or the 6. All right, so 27 equals 3 plus 6 is 9c minus 18. That just comes down here. Now I'm ready to get rid of my plus minus number, so that 18, I'm going to add 18 to both sides. So 27 plus 18 is 45. Divide by 9. C equals 5. Okay. Now we'll give you some time to try the rest of them on your own.